3 Nigeria info in regular and expected fashion. We begin at the beginning, and that is that today is Good Friday, one of the most important days for Christians observed today. It commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary. It's a day of remembrance and mourning for the followers of Christianity. It occurs on the Friday preceding Easter, but over the years, there are growing concerns that the day is quickly losing its relevance as many no longer mark the day. Speaking on this, Catholic priest Reverend Father Roland Okoli encourages Christians to reflect on the true meaning of Easter and celebrate it with purpose, as it marks the fulfillment of God's promise to mankind.
Jesus brought light to the world filled with darkness, and Christianity has brought about a lot of positive things to mankind in different areas, in different fields. So that light Christ brought, we must allow it to continue to shine forth in our world. Christianity is light. It's a religion of light that gives birth to light, not the religion of darkness. No religion of darkness. Christ said that I came that they may have life and have it in abundance. So he brought life.
Okay. Now, Good Friday holds deep spiritual significance for Christians, symbolizing the suffering and sacrifice of Jesus Christ for the redemption of humanity. And to mark the day, many churches hold special services focused on the Passion of Christ, including reading hymns. What else do they do? Yes, hymns and silent reflection. Others will lead symbolic walk through the 14 stations of the cross, representing Jesus' path to crucifixion. Now, the federal government declared a public holiday. Banks and public offices will be closed to observe the day. Schools already closed last week for the Easter break. So that is it. Here we are. Happy holidays, happy Good Friday, and by extension, happy Easter. Easter has been one celebration that I've not fully come to terms with, not by the idea of the commemoration, but the fact that it doesn't always fall on the same date, right? Because usually I ask, when is Easter? And people are like, no, well, we have to kind of get there to know it. Because it always has to fall the Good Friday and the Monday. But Christmas is always 25th. Yeah, so that has been my problem with Easter from childhood, the fact that I never knew the date. Anyways, moving from that, the IGP has ordered tight security and visibility policing nationwide as Christians across the country mark the 2025 Easter celebration. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has directed commissioners of police across all state commands, that means Rivers included, and formations, as well as their supervising assistant inspectors general of police, to implement watertight security measures and enhance visibility policing nationwide. If I understand English correctly, that means you will see more policemen than usual. I'm guessing that's what visibility means. In a statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, the IGP emphasized the need for extended vigilance, intelligence gathering, and the strategic deployment of police personnel during the festive period. Interesting. The IGP emphasizes the critical importance of enhanced patrol and strategic deployment of personnel to places of worship, recreational centers, major highways. Personnel are to be visibly deployed in public spaces to deter criminal activity and provide swift responses to any security challenges that may rise. So in other words, there would be heavy police deployments, if this report is to be adhered to, just to ensure that people are going about their Easter business the right way, and to ensure that law and order is still maintained. But in River State, where it is assumed that law and order has already broken down and now we are in an emergency rule, I don't know if the police is going to restore it to where it was before the emergency rule or where it is in the state of emergency. Because going by this now, there are two levels of breakdown of law and order. The one that our president declared emergency for, and the one that the IG is trying to maintain. So, if the sole administrator has already restored law and order or is restoring it, would the police officer say, okay, no, we don't have work to do here? Or would they say, this River State won't pass us, let's go to Zamfara and Gombe, where they don't have emergency, because this one they're already dealing with a lot. I'm not quite sure how it works. But again, if you see a heavy deployment of police officers, understand that they're doing the bidding of the IG to keep you safe. And just on a lighter note, because I try to find jokes in everything, I imagine two people are fighting and the police officer is separating them. Say, hey, don't do that. And instead of using force, he's preaching. Say, Jesus died for all of us. What is wrong with you? Say, okay, sorry. Sorry, officer. Sorry, officer. It's Good Friday. I'll catch you on Wednesday. Say, okay. See you then. Anyways, going from that to what made the news. Our FCT minister in the news again. And whenever that happens, you know there is almost always something to talk about. So what is it this time? Well, it is about the spirit of forgiveness. Apparently, someone needs to also preach the goodness of Easter to Wike. FCT minister has given a condition for him to forgive suspended governor Siminalayi Fubara. Speaking during a media parley in Abuja, Wike said he would forgive Governor Fubara sincerely if he asks for it. Okay. He said two governors approached him to resolve the feud between him and Fubara. Though he did not reveal the governors' names, Wike said he told them he was resolved to make peace with his successor. That's so nice. The FC minister also backed President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, saying he wanted the removal of Governor Sim Fubara. Maybe it's Easter, Because I know I've seen a statement from Wike stating that he's never going to forgive Fubara. That ship has sailed, yada, yada, yada. I know I heard that somewhere. So maybe, just maybe, in the spirit of Easter, because it's a Good Friday, with the remembrance of the crucifixion of Christ and his eventual resurrection, the heart of the FCT minister has softened. He is on the path of peace. He just cannot bear being at loggerheads with his brother. What would he gain? What shall it profit the FCT minister to gain the country and lose his brother? My goodness. Let's hear directly from him.
As a politician, I'm not happy. I wanted outright removal of the governor. But for the interest of the state, when the prodigal son comes back and pleads, I said, look, forgive me. I've made a mistake. I want us to move forward. You are human. But in sincerity, two governors under APC reached me with an influential person from outside the state. And I said, look, I'm not the governor. I'm an FCT minister. You are the governor. You have a problem. Governance is not only restricted to award of contract and commission of project. It takes beyond that. The best opportunity was when President intervened. The day President intervened, the assembly people went immediately and would do the impeachment, not the peace.
My anger with all of this, and the word that I should have used is concern, but it really is anger, is that we might never know what exactly happened between both of them. Right? If this is ever going to happen, if the governor of Rivers State decides to go and apologize and ask for forgiveness and say, oh, daddy, father, forgive. To err is human, but to forgive is divine. And to make it apply to this situation, you might say to err is Fubara, to forgive is Wike. So it's okay. But what did I do now? That's what we might never know. And maybe they both know. It is just crazy. I think that's the word I would use. Because while they might have their personal problems, it is a mandate of the people that are at stake. There are too many stakeholders in this business. So, the FCT minister has said, if he can ask for forgiveness, if he can only ask, what am I doing with forgiveness? Forgiveness I'm not even using. I can give you one slot for free. Well, this is where you get to be a part of the conversation. Coming up next, we'll be talking about the presidency defending the president's extended travel. So his foreign trip is taking too long. People have said, well, the presidency has defended the president. 08179230002. 08179230003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Jimmy, this is the third time consecutively you've sent this message. I've read it countless times. Thank you very much. God's Time from Ndashi Eche says, what the FCT minister said in his media chat is truth. President Bola Tinubu really saved. Simfubara from impeachment because he really deserves it and he committed impeachable offense. God's time. Gossam, please update that message and tell me exactly what he did. Braid from Buguma. Good afternoon, Braid.
Yeah, good afternoon, Oracle.
Can you speak up, please?
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm calling you from Buguma City in Asato local government.
Okay.
Yes, let me reflect on the Good Friday.
Braid, I'm really struggling. Please help me. Speak up.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
it is better now. Yes.
Yes, I said, let me reflect on the Good Friday. Yeah, I think Good Friday, as a Christian, Good Friday brings life. Good Friday brings grace upon me. Because without the Good Friday, without the triumphant of Jesus Christ, I don't think the light today that we are seeing, we are going to see it. So I believe that every living good Christian will abide with that and will acquaint his or herself with this day. And the Easter Sunday, that is the Resurrection Day, we are going to all be in glory with him. And also the statement credited to the FCT minister. I think the FCT minister started forgiving the governor of Rivers State.
Okay.
He have come out to say that he will forgive him if he comes sincerely to him. I think for me, let the governor go and meet him. Let them look at their differences and resolve it, and let peace and stability come to Rivers State, and let us also be in a democratic rule in Rivers State. Thank you, and God bless.
All right, Brett, do you know what the governor did? Because I'm curious. Maybe I'm just not in tune with the times.
Well,
do you have an idea?
Well, the governor sometimes has asked, what have I done?
Okay.
But it's politics. Politics is give and take. Politics, your support me can offend me when you might not be aware. So there are things that they can put us together, and the FCT minister might open up to him, and they can break his silence to him.
All right. Thank you very much. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima. Please turn off your radio.
Hello, my brother. How far, Mr. Oracle?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Yeah, happy Good Friday.
I wish you the same.
Mr. Oracle, do you know Good Friday, this season is the only season that Jesus Christ remembered in the Bible. The other Merry Christmas and other ones, he never said something like that. He said this season that do this in remembrance of my death. So this season is supposed to be a very holistic season for Christians. And it's supposed to be the season of forgiveness and all those things. So Christians all over the world should know what is the meaning of this period, Good Friday and the resurrection of whatever. Now let me quickly go into the FCT minister's statement. Yes, he has said it, and I have also exclaimed it here, that the president actually is working for the suspended governor. But people don't know, even when he brought that 8-point agenda, it was for the favor for the suspended governor. But people don't know this. When you do something with emotion, you can't get it. But if you want to put yourself into law, you understand, and constitution, you will begin to see things straight. If the governor has agreed that 8-point agenda, we wouldn't have gone to this place now. Nothing would have happened. Now some persons went to corner him, tried to misuse him, let me say like that, deceived him. Now this one, the president has come again, the kind of state of emergency. It's also the same for the governor, because by now, I truly believe the governor would have been impeached. Because the Supreme Court judgment clearly gave us a window. Because for one, for you to be a governor of a state and the judgment came from the highest court, there is no presence of democratic government. So for you to have appropriated a bill without passing through the assembly, it's an impeachment offense and some other things. And the president just came and declared of emergency. It's for the governor also. So those that are clamoring that the assembly should come back and governor should come back, let them think of settling these things first from the grassroots before the man will come back. Because it's not like when you put something in the refrigerator, when you bring it out, you start from that process before and start And if
hold on, Chima. You've not forgiven for what? How?
Because
what has he done to you?
He has offended me. I've always said it.
By doing what?
That 1 year plus that my assembly member could not sit in that allo chamber to make a law. It's to me. You understand? I've always said it. Man, to go and make a law for me. And you say one place and say for that reason, due to your own emotional thinking, that you will not listen to him again, and you begin to listen to other persons. So what I want to say is that if the FCT minister wants to forgive the ex-federal governor, let him come back home. Let us discuss it. Because that's nice, not let him fight again.
All right, Chima.
Thank
you very much.
We might not be happy with him.
I have to move on now. Joseph calls from Eleme. I've lost that call. Ezeken from Ubimini. Hello, Ezeken. Good evening.
Is it good evening or good afternoon?
Good afternoon, my dear. Good afternoon. Sorry. Please go ahead.
You see, the FCT minister once told us that he did not regret to bring out the suspended governor. But by his activities against the governor showed that he was and he is regretting. Now, imagine his statement that he wanted to remove him outrightly. I don't know if you're understanding me.
I'm listening.
That is to still tell you that he is still regretting for bringing him, according to him. Now, I want to let you know that for FCT to tell us that unless the suspended governor look for a way of apology, that he will not, pardon him or maybe receive him back. That is to also tell you that the FCT minister had cooked up and organized every organized rebel. Because if you watch what the administrator is doing right here in River State, you will really know that it's already organized. So this sole administrator ruling is what I call ambushing in River State politics. Otherwise, the administrator would not come and immediately dissolve him and dismantling all the elected position in River State. Instead of him to go to the ministries and fix up if he wants to put in a local government caretakers or administrators, he should have gone inside the ministries and know whom to put and fix in the LGAs. Other than look for the whole supporters of Yesomike and fill them up. And now telling us that he know them when he called for meeting. Who said that?
All right.
This is pure anti-politics in River State.
Thank you, Ezekiel.
As far as the FCT minister is concerned in River State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll take more calls shortly. I have messages on Facebook. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. Z. Jerry says, the grammar used to ensure security by the IGP is too much. America does not use such grammar. Are you kidding me right now? Okay. America does not use such grammar and they ensure effective security of life and property. Not this one. We blow too many big grammar and people still lose their lives because of insecurity. Oliver Dave says, now when I get time to listen to that man, well, it's in the news. Zajari says it's painful hearing the former governor saying he wanted to remove the present governor as if it is his personal property. Can you imagine the limit of greed one can go to get his means? Igolima Bethel says the senseless feud between Governor Sim Fubara and Mr. Wike would have long been settled, but for the emissaries and harbingers of rift who are profiting from this crisis. I will use this medium to beg the merchants of crisis to allow these men settle their differences by restraining their unguarded utterances. Okay. Ida calls from Nkoro. Hello, Ida.
Yeah, Sam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy Good Friday.
I wish you the same.
Yesterday, the former governor chat, I expected him to talk. Say, I sent him message, Grigo, and you tell us the message. See, match my leg, I tell him make appoint commissioners, appoint commissioners, so I give on chief of staff to work with and collect to see what I tell them to do, do amu. Then we reverse will go call king. They see what thing that will bring you talk. So do. I believe the former governor Wike pick commissioner for Obubu Nkoro. Presidency. He give a chief of staff intake. He give a commissioner intake. Waiting with the offense. The governor come out front and say, what is my offense? You never hear the offense me today. He said, one come out the governor. He no go pick come out down. Now governor will give us. We let that go pick aside 2016 with the people of Obubu Nkoro. Vote for she baptize the voices of Wiki. Pursue people anyhow they like. Why? Because the governor is quiet. You're taking laws into your hand. You're not God of River State, so Almighty God is there. Nobody. Governor Tinubu will finish in 8 years peaceful, without no headache. Because when the headache comes together, good for us. Stop waiting Governor Tim do you. Tell River people. They will come together, beg you, say, child, Governor Tim, let's say fight for you, bring you home. Now he's one like this. He never tell people, he say one come out, he no go feed.
Okay. Thank you, Ida.
Get into the matter.
Will I be paid? I mean, if anybody is paying me, I will get into the matter and see what I can do. But for now, Promise calls from Rumo Dumaya. Hello, Promise.
Yes. Good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon.
Okay, let me react on the FCC minister's statement. I think, to me, to say he's right is in order. Because when this whole thing started here in Rivers State, I could remember when the president was talking about JP Smith's burial matter also. He made mention of something. He said that if the governor and the assembly members, if they could not go home and say to that, they should report back to him. I expected Fubara to go and see the president. We did not hear that he went and reported when this thing was great, even when they refused to sign the budget or whatever. So, and again, I believe, also helped him not to be impeached because there was a high gross misconduct, if you ask me. You cannot go and be carrying out projects without the approval of the House. So, to me, I think the statement is in order. Jacob promise for a moment.
All right. JJ calls from Port Harcourt Town. Hello, JJ.
Yes, so Sam, I greet you this, well, I say hot afternoon, but a cool one anyway.
Okay, I greet you too.
Did I hear you say IGP ordered tight security?
Yes,
tight,
indeed.
On the word, on the line tight, right?
Very important.
I hope he is aware of what's happening in Plateau and Benue State. Is he aware?
I don't know. I hope.
Because I've not had him declare tight security in those areas. Is that maybe there are some people who are marked for death, what some are to live. But that said, the issue of the FCT minister asking for forgiveness and all those, whether the governor should come back and all those, I will just use one story. I will not talk more than that. There was a time my boss sent me and one guy that we should go to Delta to do something.
Okay.
He sent 100,000 naira to me that I should buy fuel for 20,000 and give the guy that is going with me the balance money. We got there, we did everything. As for coming back, I asked the guy, oh boy, where's my own share of the money now? We didn't do anything from the 80,000. He said the money don't finish. But like how? At the end of the day, we quarreled, we even parked car, we even won fight for road. We got to Port Harcourt. Hello?
I'm listening because you're already a criminal in this story you're sharing.
I said, look, that guy offended him, and I'm forgiving him. And I was there. I told him, look, that forgiveness, I reject it in the name of whatever you believe. Until you tell me what I have done, present this matter here. Let's judge it. If I offend you, I will tell you I'm sorry. If I don't know what I have done that you're forgiving me, then I don't think I want to accept your forgiveness. Sam, how about that?
I don't have enough time, but it's not your money. Why are you putting eye inside the money, JJ?
It's not his money. It's the money that we use to work.
Hey, but your boss says you should give him 80,000 naira now. Waiting can concern you inside.
Not being money. The only thing we did was to buy fuel in my car that we used to go there, and the balance 50,000 is with him. I gave him that money. Nothing stopped me from saying, okay, oh boy, you hold this 40, I hold this 40. But I gave him because of the instruction that was given.
Okay, since both of you don't know,
I offended him.
No, you did not offend him. He didn't offend you, but I will be the one to forgive two of you because I'm a neutral party. Thank you, JJ.
Take a bow.
All right. Weston Patrick, I'll get to you shortly. Let me clear messages I have on Facebook. Emmanuel Silvanus says, I think Wike is playing mind games. He actually tried to impeach Sim, but he failed. He's only trying to deviate attention from the fact that they tried in vain to impeach Sim. The chief judge was not with them, so they plotted with Tinubu to declare state of emergency. How could they impeach the governor when the chief judge was not on their side? Wike knows he and Tinubu planned the state of emergency. Okwando Obina says, there is no wise defense to the incessant, wasteful and selfish travels of Mr. President. Those in the presidency do not have anything tangible to explain to Nigerians. They will explain tire, and at the end, they will not make sense. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is this Sesyug Merdik? Tighten security for Easter celebration. So security is only for those celebrating Easter, right? I had the most frightening shock of my life last weekend. I'm a Nigerian from Benue, and my cousin couldn't survive the wickedness in this country. He lost his life due to insecurity in an IDP camp. What hurts the most is that he had to be secretly buried in the middle of the night out of fear of the herders. We're not even sure if his body is still safe or has been dug up. Is this the Nigeria we're meant to call home and celebrate Easter? Medic from Transomadi. I'm so sorry, my brother. Sunday Asua says, total nonsense from the FCT minister. Who gave him the absolute power? An ordinary mortal? I pity the bad example this group of tyranny are putting on the ground for the upcoming ones. Okay, I'll go to WhatsApp shortly, but West calls from Asaritoru. Hello, West.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Quickly, His Excellency, the Minister for Federal Capital, Mind Boss, has said it all. Truly, if the current governor of Rivers State, the suspended governor, wants peace, the peace is in his hand. The reason is this. Now you ask Christian, or the governor asks Christian, what offense has he committed? Me and you, not even you, myself, and I know that the governor has committed an impeachable offense, gross misconduct.
Yeah, what's the offense?
Misappropriation. Awarded contract here and there. If the Supreme Court has sent it to.
Hold on, West. Hello, West. West. Talking without listening is also impeachable, and you've been impeached. Patrick from HA. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, the network seems to have other plans. Can you hear me? I apologize, but that call cannot happen. Please call back if you can. The pressure on Nyesom Wike is too much by Rivers people. He's using that as a cover pot that the governor should come and beg him. God Day Temer says, humans can be funny, acting God. Man that today is and tomorrow is no more. The matter in Rivers has really made some persons demigods. May God help us all. You didn't give your name, but you gave your thoughts. And Melody says Wike should stop playing God and should rather concentrate on what the society thinks of him. He should be more concerned that majority of Nigerians celebrated his rumored death a few weeks ago than playing an illusional immortal. He's heartbroken by the fact that Tinubu and Akpabio hijacked the state of emergency. He cannot claim to be benefiting from the emergency because the president and the Senate president are already building a different structure outside Wike's structure. So I perceive that the FCT minister himself is tired of the quarrel and is indirectly seeking egotistic soft landing. Wow. All the plots and narratives are coming out of this. I'm here for it. The president continues to stay abroad. It's a sign of people who are not physically fit to engage in rulership that their physical strength cannot carry. Law should be made to bar these people from holding such demanding offices like the president. He will have more days abroad. Nigerians, shine your eyes. 2027 is loading. Joe from Port Harcourt says, okay. If the FCT minister is asking for Sim to come and ask for forgiveness, it's a good omen. If it's done, peace will be restored. We need peace here. The earlier, the better. Andy Oviri says, And Joseph calls from Eleme. Good afternoon, Joseph.
Yes, all right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I wanted outright removal of the governor, Wike. It is a confessional statement. All this while we've been saying Wike should leave the governor alone. His scholars and supporters have been on radio claiming that he's not responsible. Today, they cannot know that he's responsible for all the crises that we are having in the state. He has come out to confess that he wanted the governor to be removed. When this impeachment whole thing came out, it was 3 months after his swearing in. Nobody told the state what the governor did. All the misappropriation of funds, no budget or whatever that we are hearing now, we're not there. I just coming up now. Your recent issue. To take us back to the genesis of the whole issue. That is what we are asking. So if anybody should say we get it right, he should tell us what the governor offense has the governor come.
Okay, Joseph, let me ask you.
If he beg now, will he forget about his structure? If the governor should go and kneel down and beg now, will he forget about his structure?
I want to ask you, Joseph, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. There are residents of River State who also wanted the governor impeached because they believe that he did some things that were impeachable. Would you say that they also made confessional statements by vocalizing their need for the governor to be removed?
Everybody.
Hello?
Anybody, whether you are a resident of the state, supporting his impeachment, maybe you could, for whatever reason. But I don't think any genuine person of any genuine person resident in Rivers will support the impeachment of the governor. Because to me, he has done absolutely nothing wrong to be impeached.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, my reaction was to the idea that you said the FCT minister stating that he wanted the governor out is a confessional statement. Some residents of Rivers have said that as well. So it may not qualify as such. Good afternoon, Mr. Sam, and happy Easter to you and the good people of River State. Visibility policing. I believe police officers are human beings. Also, when the IGP orders periodic deployments during festive seasons or when a state is doing elections, I begin to wonder, are there police officers that are camped in the barracks that are always waiting for deployment? That's a good question. And retreat to the barracks after the season or festivities have elapsed? We always hear we have insufficient police manpower in the country. So how come we are able to have police officers visibly present on the streets only during periodic deployment? Why can't the IGP deploy this stockpile of officers to the villages in Plateau and Benue where people are being massacred? Sam, I'm not happy. Text from Oyibo. I don't think any reasonable person should be happy with the security situation in the country. But we also know that not all officers are deployed to the field. There are many officers who may be on administrative duty. They're back in the offices. So maybe, and this is me just guessing, I'm not quite sure, when this directive goes out, those who normally would not be on the field will now have to, right? Because this is a special project. I'm just saying. Maybe, just maybe. A message will pop at you shortly, but let me take the last headline. The presidency has defended the continued stay of President Bola Tinubu in Europe, despite ongoing security situations in some states. In a statement on Thursday, the president's spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, said the president remains fully engaged in Nigeria's governance, and even though he's abroad, he said his absence remains temporary and in line with the communicated time frame of approximately 2 weeks. Bayo said that the president is still working even though he is not in Nigeria. So he's working remotely. In other words, the governance of Nigeria is an online job. That's amazing. A certain someone is here to say a couple of things. Hello, Precious.
Hello, Sam.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Go ahead.
All right. Are you in Port Harcourt? Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Imagine a life where you're no longer